Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about whether or not you evolve first or power up your Pokemon first. Also, just let you guys know, you guys have been asking me why I haven't been able to upload daily for the past few days. I've been out of town. So that means I got more new Pokemon. So with that said, let's get started. Now, if you're not at least above level 20, don't even bother powering up any Pokemon for the sake of having a high CP Pokemon, because the reasoning behind this is that you'll end up finding Pokemon that is much stronger down the line as you get closer to level 30. And yes, a level 30 is when wild Pokemon you counter stop scaling in terms of combat power. So don't waste all your Stardust in the beginning, because you will need at least 200,000 or so, I believe, per Pokemon to max out at level 40. At least. I know I have a couple Pokemon I need over 300,000 Stardust just to max out. So that is a lot to save up for, and you only get 100 Stardust every time you catch a Pokemon, and just think about how many Pokemon you have to catch. Evolving is also the same, so don't get attached too much to an Eevee with only 300 CP that you found at level 11, and evolve it. Because sooner or later, you'll find an Eevee with at least double that amount, and that previous Eevee will just look like candy to you. And all that candy you're saving is going to be put to good use, because you'll need a lot of it to power up your future Eevee that you're going to end up finding later on, that has like perfect IVs or really nice stats with really high CP. That is your chosen one, and you're going to use a lot to evolve and also power it up. Now, also you're going to need more candy to evolve more than one Pokemon later down the line, just because what you're going to need to know is movesets. Also, just an FYI, if you're trying to save up candy for like a Pidgey or like a Rattata, just don't, guys. Don't. Just evolve them when you're using a Lucky Egg, because you're good to go. You want EXP, not really strong Pidgeys, because you're going to find a really strong Pokemon that's not a Pidgey, a Rattata, or like a Weedle later on, okay? Trust me, guys, you will. So with all that said, what you always want to do is to evolve first and then power up. The reason is because if you fully power up the Pokemon, you'll end up using a boatload of Stardust without even finding out what the Pokemon's evolved movesets are. Now, every time you evolve your Pokemon, the moveset they learn in the next evolution is random. So yes, that's right, guys. Every time you evolve a Pokemon, they're not gonna have the same moves. So don't try and save your Magikarp with like amazing moves, and then you're like, hey, what happened? My Gyarados doesn't even have the same moves. Well, evolved Pokemon always learn new movesets. Well, not always. It's always random. So sometimes you guys might share the same two types of Pokemon where they can learn both basic moves. And what happens is that you might get lucky and you might get the same basic moves or even special moves. And movesets are very important for your Pokemon. Therefore, you want to find out what exactly the moveset is before you guys power up your Pokemon. So don't fully power up your Pokemon and then you end up getting the worst movesets that your Pokemon can learn once it is evolved, because then you're probably going to do the least optimal amount of damage that your Pokemon can do. So the difference, it could be double the damage or even half the damage. So you always want to get the best moveset. And a place to find out what exactly the movesets is, or what the best movesets are, PokemonGo.GamePress.gg. Now what you want to do is look for your Pokemon and then what the Pokemon evolved form is, and then click on it and then look for its moves, and then what you want to do is look for the highest DPS. And that is what you want to aim for. Now, some of the Pokemon might have like really like insane ranges. Like one could be like 10 DPS and the next one will be 22 DPS, while some of them will be like 18 to 22. So if you're fine living with a couple less damage, or like only like 4 damage per second less, then you're good to go. But if you don't really care about movesets and you only want a really nice number beside your CP for your Pokemon, then again, it doesn't really matter, because you're going to end up using the same amount of Stardust and your Pokemon will end up reaching the max level. So if you want to a Rattata at like level 18 and you're like, I really want to max it out, then go ahead, do it. And it doesn't really matter if you evolve first or power up first, because you're going to end up reaching the same maximum CP and you'll be using the same amount of Stardust. And the only reason you'll want to even care about evolving first is because you want to know the movesets, and then you'll be like, oh hey, really nice movesets, let's go ahead and use all the Stardust on this, instead of just wasting it all on a previous Pokemon that has like the worst movesets ever, and you're like, dang it, I thought they're supposed to be really strong. So that's basically it, guys. Hope this will answer your questions. So peace out. And if you guys did like this, make sure to leave a like down below.